Welcome to Project 2/Lab 5. Today we're going to be talking about the glorious world of Project 2. So right now it's week 5, right? We just had this midterm, and now we are entering the next phase of the class, which is advanced programming. So you guys are going to spend much of this time between now and week 8 working on this project, which is not even due until week 8, right? So this project is sufficiently large and complex and potentially frustrating that we want you to start now. This is going to be the big honkin' project of the semester, kind of like Git Lit in previous semesters, though a little smaller based on feedback from previous semesters since we squeezed every last little drop of life out of our students last time. So I think we've avoided that pain this time. So thank your forebears who took the class in the spring of 2015 for giving us all the feedback we needed, I think, to calibrate this and get this project right this time. So this time's project, instead of Git Lit, we're going to be doing something new. We're going to specifically build a text editor. Okay. So why a text editor? Well, text editors are interesting because they're kind of magical, right? So I'll take Sublime, for example. It's actually a very complicated program. It does a lot of stuff, right? I can scroll through it, a file. I can edit pieces of it. I can select entire sections and delete them. I can resize the thing, and we get nice. You'll notice that the word wrap. What the heck? That the word wrap actually. What is happening? IntelliJ, go away. So if I resize the window, the text gets word wrapped nicely. There's scroll bars, all kinds of stuff, and it's just someone has put so much work into this thing, and it works so well that we don't think about all of that complex logic that happens there. Okay. You guys are going to get a chance in this project to demystify all of that magic, to understand what it took to really build this thing, okay? So one of the features of this project is that you're going to learn to be an independent programmer, right? Or the class, right, is to be an independent programmer. And this is the project where we're going to push that harder than we will anywhere else in the course. You're really going to need to dig through documentation, through examples, and really do your best to manage complexity, because this thing is just simply too big to do shoddily. You're going to have to do it right, or at least approximately right. Okay. So let's open up what you're ultimately going to end up with. So I'm going to open up the editor that you're going to build, which is called editor, by the way. And this is going to be a somewhat funny looking syntax that we'll be talking about on Wednesday, because this is now a feature called packages in Java. It doesn't matter for this video. I'm going to give a text file name. And then finally, I'm going to type debug, which is going to make the text editor spill its guts as it's running, right? It's going to whisper all the secrets it's thinking about as you open up a file. So I open this thing. Oh, oops, sorry, other way around. Capitalization matters. Okay, debug. Okay, so here we see that for this text editor, it's actually a lot of work to open a file. It's doing a lot of thinking, and now finally here we are looking at a fine book, which you should read sometime, Watermelon Sugar. So in this text editor, just like Sublime, and we can click around, we can move the cursor, we can select, though selection is extra credit, by the way. We can delete things, we can resize the window and get nice word wrapping. We have a scroll bar, we can change font sizes, that's also extra credit. We can use keyboard shortcuts like Control-Z to delete, or to undo, Control-Y to redo. And that's stuff we'll talk about in more detail in a future video. But just to get a sense of what we're ultimately going to build, this is it, okay? So let's close the answer, and now let's start building our own editor, okay? So I'm going to do this in IntelliJ, just for the heck of it, to show you that, hey, it works here too. And I'm going to show you where you're going to start today. So the starting code we're going to give you a bunch of examples. At the moment, we have these 4 examples. We probably will actually add more. But the one we're going to use for Lab 5 is called Single Letter Display Simple. Okay, so this program is simple in its behavior. We run it, and when it's running, we can push buttons. Okay, there you go. I push buttons, and it only shows one letter at a time. If I push like Shift G, I get capital G. If I push the up arrow, the letter gets larger. If I push down, it gets smaller. And we'll notice that unlike all of our applications to date, this one's actually a graphical user interface, right? It's not running on the console. In fact, since I'm running on Mac here, it actually has a little set of menus that pop up, okay? So how does this all work, okay? Well, we're not going to go through in this video all the little details, but and part of the project is about learning to understand these things on your own without us spelling out every little piece. But in this program, which is not terribly long, it's got a lot of black magic code, and your job is going to be to take this code in this lab and turn it into a very rudimentary text editor. So you're going to use all of the things you see here as examples. You'll be welcome to copy and paste things you see here into the editor, and ultimately you are going to build at the end of this lab a rudimentary text editor. Okay? In this basic text editor, not what you'll get by the end of the project, you'll be able to do, for example, I can type and delete. I can type and delete. But certain features are not present, like word wrap, right? If I want to see what I've got over here, I'm gonna have to drag my window to see that, right? So you're not supposed to handle word wrap. You can in your text editor, the one you'll have by the end of lab, press enter to go to new lines, and delete should still work. There's no selection, there's no clicking, and that's just gonna be your basic task. Now, even just that, taking this single letter display simple and transmogrifying it into this beautiful editor here, that's actually going to be a lot of effort. You'll find it's going to take you, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 hours of digging through this code and trying to understand how you can get here. Okay, so that's lab 5. Once you finish this basic task, once you've gotten all this working, and I encourage you to go to lab if this seems like it's going to be scary, so that you can talk to TAs and talk to your classmates. But once you finish this basic task, I want you to come back, and there'll be a video at the bottom of the page explaining why the approach you've had so far leads you to a dead end. Okay? So one of the dangers and one of the messages in one of the first lectures is programmers think carefully about their data structures and how they interact with one another, right? There are choices you can make early in this project that will make your life difficult. Okay? And in this lab, we've actually already made one of them for you. And I'll demystify what's so bad about it and give you some idea of where to go from here. Okay, so that's it for lab 5. There will also be a project 2 video that comes out in a couple days. It's going to talk more about all the things you're supposed to build. But for now, just wanted to get you guys started and get this basic text editor built. See ya.